Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of Dad Fix It. This one's actually at my house today instead of someone else's for once. What do we got? We got a running toilet. Won't stop running. So I thought I'd shoot a little video and go over your possible culprits if you have a running toilet. Now, there's going to be three reasons, typically, 99% of the time, it can be one of three reasons why your toilet is running. And I'll go over those three and tell you how to fix them. This particular toilet, I have a bad fill valve. That's what this assembly is right here. Now the way this works, see my water line attaches to the bottom of this. And let me just show you on the new one I got here. Okay. So this is my fill valve. I got that threaded nipple which sticks through the bottom of the tank, and that's where my water line hooks on. So what happens here when the water fills up, this round barrel looking thing floats up. It's a float switch basically. And tink, when it's all the way up like that, that's what shuts the water off. So when you flush, the water level drops, turns the water on, and as it's filling, boom, it shuts the water off when it gets full. Now this stem here on the side, that's to adjust the water level in the tank. So when this is up all the way, you can adjust that up or down to shut off earlier or fill up the tank longer. Just depends on your personal preference, whatever you want. So that's the problem with this one. So I got to swap this out. Now how do you do that? Well, first thing is you go to the store and buy a new one. Just like this. Toilet fill valve, that's what it's going to look like. It's about 10, 15, 20 bucks, somewhere in there. Depends on the brand, and you can get like a quiet or a silent model. Those are a little extra. I think I paid 10 bucks for that one. But all you're going to do is you're going to come down here. Okay, right there. There's my water line coming through the wall. So, get some light on there. That's my shutoff valve. Oop, sit still. Okay. So I'm going to shut it all the way off. This one's off. And this is my supply line. Okay, and it snakes over. And see this black part here, that's the nipple that's sticking through from my fill valve. And so I'm going to take this off. Oh, it's pretty loose. So let's go ahead and unscrew this for you here. See, obviously, you don't have to get it very tight. I didn't loosen this beforehand. That's just, okay. All right, so you undo that, and then you undo this nut here that's on the bottom, and then you just pull the thing out. Now I'm going to warn you, a little trick of the trade here. Oop, didn't mean to blind you there. All right, see, I've fluffed this toilet, but there's quite a bit of water in the bottom there. So I don't want to take that nut off and pull this thing out because all the water is going to flow on the floor. So either have a little bucket or a tray or something to catch it. I typically just take a rag or a wash rag or something, just a typical wash rag, and stick it down the bottom and sop it all up, and take it out, wring it in sink, and just sop it up out of there and get it nice and dry. Then you pull this out. So you pull this one out, put the new one in, put the nut on the bottom, get it nice and tight, not super tight, don't go all crazy strong on it, nice and snug, and put your supply line back on, turn the water valve back on, boom, you're done, Bob's your uncle. Okay, so that's your first possible cause why this would be running all the time. Second possible cause is the chain on your flapper here is stuck underneath your float. We've all heard, jiggle the handle, the toilet's running, and that does it. That fixes it. But what are you actually doing? Well, like I said, you got what's happening there is you got too much slack in this chain. Okay, and so when you flush the toilet, this flapper comes up, and if you got a lot of slack in this, when it comes back down, sometimes the chain will get I'm trying to do it for you here. The chain will get underneath the flapper, and so then you don't get a good seal. It'd be impossible with that chain underneath it. And so when you wiggle the handle, what you're doing is you're just yanking this chain out from underneath the flapper. So to fix that, see this yellow float here? Like I said, you got too much slack in this. So adjust this float. This float is adjustable. You can move this up and down the chain. So play around with it. Usually you got to move the float down so when it fills up, so there's less slack underneath the float. And so when this fills up, it keeps it kind of nice and tight, and you don't have all that extra slack in your chain. So it's not possible for it to get stuck underneath the flapper. So that's how you fix that one. That's the second most common cause, is chain underneath the flapper. Third most common cause is the flapper itself. These get old, they get dry. They're pretty supple. But when they get old, they get hard. They might crack or split, or one of these tabs break off or whatever. If that's your culprit, well, you just got to replace it. Go to the store, same aisle as the fill valve and everything else toilet related. And you just got these little tabs on the side, and you just swap it out with a new one and hook your chain back up to it, and boom, you're done. So it's going to be 99% of the time, it's going to be one of those three things. Bad fill valve, chain is not tensioned correctly, and you're getting that slack underneath the flapper. Or the third one is the flapper itself. So hopefully that'll give you some tips. Like I said, just wanted to shoot a real quick video. Hopefully you get some help out of it. And I'll see you on the next one. Good luck.